I think the cross is too much. I really do. I think the blue stripe and that textured background that almost looks like fabric, that is a good concept. My only concern with that concept is right now it's kind of diluting the whole meaning of those blue stripes. Now remember, Mother Teresa wore that veil always that had the one thick blue stripe and then the two thin blue stripes. And those blue stripes were right over her face. So, and they weren't, so what I'm saying is I would take those blue stripes and I'd move them to the bottom of the composite. Let's go look at an image. Let me show you what I mean. Let's just go like this. Let's just go like this and take a look. And if we go to an image search, we'll just see this over and over and over. And that veil, that one thick blue, two thin blue stripes. And they were always in the veil right over her face, just right above her eyebrows in one image after the next. So I think I would try to duplicate that down here at the bottom as if this were her veil and it's going to be placed over her head. Do you see what I'm saying? Right now, I think that, and plus, if we can, there's no way for me to zoom in this because there is a PDF. Cool, thank you. Let me download that really quick. I just want to see something very quickly. Okay, so let's zoom in here and we can see the texture. Okay, so the texture is on the background as well, so that's good. Well, while I'm zoomed in here like this, I want to take a look at this type. Look how chiseled it is. It's really, really got a lot of Photoshop effect on it to the point where I think it looks almost too chiseled. I'm not real sure if that was your intent to show Mother Teresa's name chiseled in stone. And I get it if it is. I understand the concept there, but I just don't think the color is right. If that's what you're going for, chiseled in stone, go for a color of stone, not a color of gold. I think this gold color really serves an opulence that I don't think Mother Teresa stood for. She was a proponent fighting for the rights of the poor, and she spent her life fighting for the rights and giving to the poorest of the poor. So to indicate this gold color and this really opulent type treatment, I think is kind of sending a wrong signal. I think she was much more simple a person than this really opulent type treatment. Saint on Earth, Saint in Heaven's a great tagline, but again, I think it's a little bit large. Right now, you've basically got three elements that are just fighting for competition. You've got the big cross, which I think is sending another, I think, again, that's just pure Catholicism, where she was more standing for, yes, devout Catholic, but as a matter of fact, I believe she introduced Catholicism to India. But the thing is that she was more known as a proponent of for the poor than she was as an actual Catholic preacher, so to speak. So I hope that makes sense. And I'm pretty sure I don't know her history like I should, but I'm pretty familiar, and I hope I'm getting most of this right. The drop shadow on a cross creates this separation from the page that advances the cross and makes the rest recede. So again, compromised hierarchy there. My suggestion would be to go ahead and just hang on one second. I want to try something. Hold on. Okay, so my suggestion would be to take the blue lines, put them down at the bottom of the veil. Mother Teresa, if you want to center it, that's great too. Go ahead and center it. But then I'm not sure I would center that type. I think I might try a different typographic composition, because centered is killing your negative space. Anytime you center stuff, the negative space turns symmetrical, and it's just really boring. So that's why we're always looking for some sort of alternate compositional formulation other than centered layout. Centered layout is really, really prominent among student designers. And the reason is because they're used to having this symmetry. But symmetry, remember, symmetry isn't always good in design. As a matter of fact, it's rarely good in design. So you really want to play with this negative space by thinking about a different compositional approach than pure centered. Okay, all right, so that's what I have. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know, and I'll see if I can clarify. But to the best of my knowledge on the subject, and I did a little research before I did your video here, just to make sure I have my facts straight. And I do that on every video. I always do a quick bit of research, so I'm not saying something that isn't true or that otherwise could be construed as something other than it is. So, those are my comments based on my research done on this particular topic and my visual summary of what's happening here. All right. So, like I said, Abby, any questions, comments, concerns, or whatsoever, please feel free to let me know and I'll clarify. All right. Thanks. Good job.